our family has just returned from an amazing visit to Mount Rushmore and the surrounding area. Join us as we swear in the nation's newest junior rangers, and if you enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing.
Cool.
There you go. What do you guys say?
King of the world!
Just 6 hours from Denver, our family was excited to spend several days in the Black Hills of South Dakota. And being the first time returning to the area since I was a kid, I was excited to show my family why the area was so special. By arriving to Mount Rushmore early, we were able to avoid most of the crowds. Completed in 1941, the 60-foot-tall granite faces depict U.S. Presidents Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. Immediately below the Grandview Terrace was the Lincoln Borglum Visitor Center.
You think so? Show me.
Our kids loved exploring the interactive exhibits and learning how the memorial was created. At just over 6/10 of a mile long, walking the Presidential Trail was a great experience. The up-close and personal views of the mountain sculpture were incredible. We enjoyed meeting a park ranger and hearing his stories of presidential history at the Youth Exploration Area.
Pew pew! Hi!
With 422 steps, the numerous elevation changes may be challenging for some, but our kids navigated the trail easily. Following the Presidential Trail, we stopped at the sculptor's studio. Visiting the 1/12 scale model of Mount Rushmore and learning about the tools and techniques used to complete the carving was really interesting. Overall, we had a fantastic visit to Mount Rushmore. The kids really enjoyed completing their activity books and learning about American history through the National Park Service's Junior Ranger program.
Yeah.
Before leaving, we made a quick stop to the Monumental Scoop to try some ice cream based upon Thomas Jefferson's original recipe from 1780.
All right, thank you. That's ice cream, guys. You love it?
Adam, how is it? Yeah. Yummy?
Later that day, our family made our way to the Crazy Horse Memorial. Just a short drive from Mount Rushmore, a stop to Crazy Horse can't be missed. We really enjoyed seeing the Indian memorabilia in the Welcome Center. And the artifacts and art found in the Indian Museum of North America was truly amazing. The exhibits were extremely well prepared and provided a great look back at early Native American life.
What is that thing? Hey, what is it? You sure? It looks like a canoe.
And this was in 1851 at the Fort Laramie, Wyoming.
While we were visiting, we felt honored to witness a traditional Lakota Indian dance. And participating in the circle dance was really incredible. Following the tribal dances, we explored the rest of the property. At the Native American Educational and Cultural Center, our family enjoyed the unique educational opportunities. The kids especially enjoyed learning the weaving craft in the lower level of the building.
You want to go over? You went over. Over.
There you go.
That's from the actual monument, right?
Before leaving, the kids were able to collect a souvenir rock from Crazy Horse Mountain. And although it will be many years before the memorial is complete, we were able to get a sense of how incredible this project will be when it's finished. Over at Custer State Park, we were able to visit the inspiration for Mount Rushmore.
What do you think those are called? Really? How come they're purple?
The granite pillar rock formations were breathtaking. It made you feel like you were on a different planet.
Don't climb too high.
Driving through the Needle's Eye Tunnel proved to be one of the highlights of our trip. And those brave enough to navigate the narrow, winding roads were rewarded with some of the most beautiful views I have ever seen. Before leaving the park for the day, we made a quick stop to Sylvan Lake. This hidden gem is a must visit for anyone in the area. While here, our boys loved skipping rocks and our daughter enjoyed finding wildflowers. Before it got dark, we were able to take a quick hike around the lake, but had to cut it short as nighttime was approaching rapidly. Fortunately, we had a few minutes to take some photos and capture an amazing South Dakota sunset. For the duration of our time in the Black Hills, we stayed at the Mount Rushmore KOA resort at Palmer Gulch. We found this to be the perfect campground for families with an ideal location and tons of activities for the kids.
Dad, come look at this one.
The stables here reminded us of an Old West movie set. And the kids love being able to get close enough to pet the numerous horses.
Puppy, wake up.
It's a big puppy, huh?
It's a big horsey.
The camping spots at this KOA were typical of other campgrounds we've visited, with enough room for a picnic table and a small fire pit. But the best part of this campground was just a short walk from our trailer. When we weren't busy exploring the Black Hills, our kids could always be found at the KOA Activity Center. They had a great time riding down the resort's water slide. And loved being able to cool off on a hot summer day in the in-ground pool or at the splash pad.
You can get the highest jumps. Go.
The kids also had a blast, showing off their best tricks on the pillow jump pad.
I ran a
Ready to have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rock wall proved to be one of the kids' favorite activities, with each one attempting to complete the hardest climbing route.
You got this, buddy. Good steps.
Hey. Good job, Nick.
While as a family, we all enjoyed playing a round of mini golf.
Okay, my step.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of us will become professional golfers anytime soon.
What do you think, guys?
Good.
How's the project coming?
The kids had an awesome time with the arts and crafts. The activities team did a great job keeping our youngest children entertained. And the kids had a ton of fun jumping in the bouncy castle.
Go again. Go, buddy. You gonna bounce?
There's a ton of place.
While the volleyball and basketball courts kept our oldest son occupied. And he had the time of his life playing capture the flag with what felt like every kid in the campground participating. To complete the day, the kids joined in on a glow stick dance party, which proved to be a great time. Back at the campsite, we grilled our dinner and enjoyed some s'mores for dessert before calling it a night.
You got a double decker?
Yeah.
How is it?
It tastes gooey. Today.
The next day, we continued exploring by visiting Deadwood, South Dakota. Our first stop was to the town's visitor center. We found the staff here to be very friendly and the exhibits extremely well done.
Go with the turn.
Okay, I'm going. Wait a second. There's a giant hand on there. Okay. Whoa.
From there, we walked up Deadwood's historic Main Street. The wood carvings at Dahl's Chainsaw Art were extremely impressive.
That's cool, huh,
You guys
guys?
sit right here.
My turn.
Our personal favorites were the bull and dragon carvings.
Where are my dragons?
Where are my dragons?
The downtown area was full of great shops, bars, and restaurants. And as we walked through, we couldn't help but imagine all the American history these storefronts must have seen. Following our walk downtown, we paid a quick visit to the Adams Museum.
Finger palms and scrotum.
Our family really enjoyed learning about the local history, topography, ancient history, and of course about Wild Bill Hickok. Following the museum, we explored the town a little longer. And then we took the quick drive to Mount Moriah Cemetery. visiting the final resting place of Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane was definitely a must-see for anyone who's interested in the history of the West. Our time in the Black Hills of South Dakota was fantastic, and although our trip ended far too quickly, we were already dreaming of our next perfect misadventure. And we hope you'll join us by subscribing today. Until then, happy traveling.